is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
A reading from the second book of Kings, chapter 22, verses 8 to 13, and chapter 23, verses 1 to 3. The high priest Hilkiah informed the scribe Shaphan, I have found the book of the law in the temple of the Lord. Hilkiah gave the book to Shaphan, who read it. Then the scribe Shaphan went to the king and reported, Your servants have smelted down the metals available in the temple, and have consigned them to the master workmen in the temple of the Lord. The scribe Shaphan also informed the king that the priest Hilkiah had given him a book, and then read it aloud to the king. When the king heard the contents of the book of the law, he tore his garments and issued this command to Hilkiah the priest. Achim, son of Shaphan, Akbor, son of Micah, the scribe Shaphan, and the king's servant Asaiah. Go consult the Lord for me, for the people, for all Judah, about the stipulations of this book that has been found. For the anger of the Lord has been set furiously ablaze against us, because our fathers did not obey the stipulations of this book, nor fulfill our written obligations. The king then had all the elders of Judah and of Jerusalem summoned together before him. The king went up to the temple of the Lord with all the men of Judah, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, priests, prophets, and all the people, small and great. He had the entire contents of the book of the covenant that had been found in the temple of the Lord read out to them. Standing by the column, the king made a covenant before the Lord, that they would follow him and observe his ordinances, statutes, and decrees with their whole hearts and souls, thus reviving the terms of the covenant which were written in this book. And all the people stood as participants in the covenant. The word of the Lord. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, Beware of false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but underneath are ravenous wolves. By their fruits you will know them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Just so, every good tree bears good fruit, and a rotten tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a rotten tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit will be cut down and thrown into the fire. So by their fruits you will know them. The Gospel of the Lord.
My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, my dear children, and my dear young generation, today, Wednesday, 22nd of June, we are in the 12th week of the ordinary time. The Gospel given to us is from Matthew chapter 7, verses 15 to 20. With the red color reminds us that we are celebrating a martyrdom. Yes, the Church celebrates, in fact, the martyrdom or the feast of St. John Fisher and Thomas More from Great Britain. Born in the year 14th and 15th century, they have witnessed by their life that they rather would opt to live according to the message of Christ than obeying the king of the country. And that is what brought them death. And they died in giving testimony to the life of Jesus in their own life. And the gospel today, therefore, is asking us to be aware of the devil that comes to us in the skin of a sheep. And the devil is so powerful. It disguises itself when we talk about drugs, alcohol, And they may say that is eyes that was given to us. And these days we talk about, and many times we talk about people being killed because of the drug trafficking. You can imagine how the evil power can distract you so much, that can attract you so much in order to give you what is evil rather than what is good. Therefore, we are reminded, because the evil, the devil, comes to us in the form of a sheep, but in the skin of a sheep, and there is a wolf. At the same time, Jesus says that good things cannot come from bad trees. Good things come from good trees, and bad things come from bad trees. Therefore, we will be judged by our way of behavior, of the things that we produce. If we are good, we produce good things. Therefore, we have to be patient. We have to be understanding. We have to be considerate. And we have to be concerned. And that is how we show how good we are. Like Jesus, who has been so patient, so good to us, that he would even sacrifice his own life on the cross. Therefore, we are asked in the gospel, those who continue to produce evil things, and they will be cut like a tree and thrown away like a tree into the eternal furnace.